video and wherever you are watching it from. I welcome you back to my YouTube channel. This is me again, Jemienaftaly, on the pediatric world. This is the only channel, the channel on the kids' welfare. Here we are laymen. We want to create the awareness to the mothers because they are the first caregivers of these children. They are the ones that take care of these kids. The guardians, everybody, we want to create the awareness on the common illnesses that affect children while growing up. And here we talk in a language that every person, everybody is able to understand. So feel at home. Be that returning subscriber, subscribe if you haven't. For those who have subscribed, thank you so much for your continued support. So into today's episode, we're still in our topic on malnutrition. Remember the malnutrition in children, and in today's episode we want to see how malnutrition is classified. How is malnutrition classified? First of all, we said severe acute malnutrition is severe wasting, and we have several ways of assessing or classifying malnutrition. Number one, it's something we call weight for height. This is also known as the Z-score. We want to know the weight of that kid and the height so that we compare with the expected weight. Remember we said they are way below the expected weight. So we want to know the weight and also the height. And this is what we call Z-score, and it is usually in standard deviation. So then, when we say there is severe acute malnutrition, if weight for height, the score is less than 3 standard deviation, this is severe acute malnutrition. If the weight for height, the Z-score is -2 standard deviation, this we say this child has got moderate malnutrition. And if the score is -1, these are not badly off. These kids have got something we call mild severe acute malnutrition. So this is one way of getting to know classifying malnutrition, the weight for height, the Z-score. So that is number one thing we use. We also have something we call the MUAC, M-U-A-C. The MUAC is mid-upper arm circumference. So this is the arm. So we are talking of the mid-upper arm. The arm has got two parts from the elbow here. So this one is what we are calling the upper arm, and this is the one that is below. So the mid-upper arm, so the mid one is somewhere around here. This is what we use to assess malnutrition, to classify malnutrition. This is what we refer as the MUAC, the mid-upper arm circumference. And we are going to see it in details because this is the most preferred one than the rest, the weight for height. And we are going to see the reasons why it is more preferred than any other. So the MUAC, the mid-upper arm circumference, is measured in centimeters. So we say the child has got severe acute malnutrition if the MUAC is below 11.5 centimeters. So if you measure that the mid-upper arm circumference and it is below 11.5 centimeters, we say this child has got severe acute malnutrition. If they are below 11.5, we say they have moderate severe acute malnutrition if the MUAC, the mid-upper arm circumference, if the circumference is 11.5 to 12.4 centimeters. If they have 11.5 to 12.5, at least they are above the 11.5, we say they have severe acute malnutrition, but not as severe because at least we are above the 11.5. We say there is a child is at risk of getting malnutrition if the MUAC, the mid-upper arm circumference, is 12.5 to 13.4. These kids are at risk. They may not have gone into getting a severe acute malnutrition, but if care is not taken, if the children's weight is not assessed well, and if you are not going to feed on balanced diet, these children are at risk of getting severe acute malnutrition. So at risk is between 12.5 to 13.4. So those others above 13.5 centimeters, these we say they don't have malnutrition, and this is because their MUAC, their mid-upper arm circumference, is more than 13.5 centimeters. So if we have 13.5 centimeters and above, this child is healthy and we do not have severe acute malnutrition. Remember, we are measuring the muscles, because in our first episode on malnutrition, we said it is the muscles that are really greatly affected. They are really wasted. So that's why we want to measure, and we measure this particular muscle, the upper arm circumference of the hand, and we use the left hand, not the right hand. Please note that. So these are two ways of assessing, the one, the Z-score, and also the MUAC, and we are saying the MUAC, the mid-upper arm circumference, is the mostly used. So MUAC is the preferred one for the age 6 to 59 months. So this is approximately 5 years. We are going to see that this most of these illnesses that we talk about affect those children that are below 5 years. So again, also severe acute malnutrition will affect the children below 5 years. So edema is used to differentiate two classifications of severe acute malnutrition, just edema alone, and this is something we call marasmus. I'm sure you have heard of it, and also kwashiorkor. And kwashiorkor is more severe, and this is in the kwashiorkor is now what we call severe acute malnutrition. So please note that. Why is the MUAC more preferred than any other method in classifying severe acute malnutrition? Why the mid-upper arm circumference are more preferred than even the Z-score, like we have said? Because this is a single linear measurement that doesn't require arithmetic or plotting data or growth charts. It doesn't need all this, the charts. It is just a linear measurement. So this is why it is more preferred. It doesn't have a lot of work, like taking the weight with the height to get the Z-score, like the other one for the Z-score. Another reason why we prefer MUAC more is because it is a color coded. It has, we are going to see in our next episode, and I'm going to show you how to take the MUAC, because I think that will be the next episode. So we use the MUAC, the tape has got colors, so it is a color-coded MUAC tape, and they are usually very simple to use, and they allow instant classification of child's nutritional status. So very simple, and you can easily get, with the colors we are going to see, you are able to say, to classify a severe acute malnutrition. We are able to say this is mild, this is moderate, and this is severe acute malnutrition. Again, MUAC is more preferred because it shows consistently better predictive power when it comes to mortality than the Z-score. So again, MUAC, we are seeing that it has got better predictive power when it comes to mortality. The deaths, we remember the severe acute malnutrition also is a leading cause of death in children, and specifically we are saying the below 5 years. So this MUAC can be able really be predictive. It has better predictive power when it comes to mortality. You are able to predict. So that is it, because things like wasting, we said wasting just differentiate two types of classification in two types of malnutrition, that is kwashiorkor and also the marasmus. Also, visible severe wasting is insensitive for identifying severe acute malnutrition. It only identifies severe cases of some. So we better use MUAC. This is just another way of saying it, that why we prefer MUAC more than use of wasting, because you also classified severe acute malnutrition with wasting. Also, now we are saying this, the WHZ, the Z-score, weight for height. So we are saying in all this, MUAC is the best, and for the reasons that we have given so far. Therefore, in a nutshell, So we have those 3 ways. The wasting is one way of classifying severe acute malnutrition. Another way we are saying is weight for height, which we are calling a Z-score, and we have said how we say it is if it's mild, moderate, and also severe. And now we are talking of the MUAC, the use of MUAC tape. The mid-upper arm circumference, we say it is the left hand that is preferred than the right hand, and we use the mid-upper arm circumference, which is in form of centimeters. So again, we will need, so in everything what we need here, we need the weighing scales because we need the weight. We also need the machine for the height. We also want to measure the height to get the weight for height. We also need the MUAC tape. Remember, I'm saying it is color coded, and we are going to see it. I'm going to show you. And also, now we are saying we need the height measuring boards. The height measuring boards are also needed. So these are the anthropometric measurements that we use in classifying severe acute malnutrition. I hope you understand. Now you can be able to tell how to classify severe acute malnutrition in the different ways. And remember, we are saying the MUAC, the mid-upper arm circumference, is the most preferred than any other type. So in our next episode, don't miss, because you are going to do it to see how we measure the MUAC, how to tell that this child has got severe acute malnutrition or moderate or mild, with the use of the MUAC, the mid-upper arm circumference. So this is the end of this episode. Thanks guys for listening. Thank you for subscribing. For those who haven't, please hit on the red button, subscribe, keep subscribing, and share these videos widely so that many people can reach them. We want to enlighten the mothers again. We also want to include everybody into the management of these babies when they are growing up. We want people to have the knowledge and know-how. So please share the videos widely. Comment down on the comment section. Thank you for those who keep commenting. Let's be together. Let's go walk together until we get the knowledge. I'm sure we are going to learn and to be learning every time. Thank you so much. Till next time.